Hello, and welcome to episode 6 of Against the Dragonlords, where we are playing through this classic Dragonlance RPG adventure from the 1980s. Last week, I think we have a volunteer. Last week, Dare, would you care to tell us what happened?
We'll just wait
Dare,
for
what did
7
you
emergency
do?
services.
They're coming for you.
They just started the second I was about to talk.
The recap for last week will today be given by the fire department.
Yes.
Well, I think good luck to whoever's going through that. Anyway, so we finally defeated the big bad last week. We broke the chain after realizing that some of us couldn't even do damage to it, like yours truly. After that whole chain misadventure, we talked to the High Bop. We did our best to not laugh at his title and name. We were told that we needed to go, in order to get some help, we need to go clear a secret entrance that they've been using. It's been overtaken by the little dragon, our little dragon friends. Surprisingly easily, we actually took care of them. Like we looked like a well-oiled machine. We killed them good. And then we ended up having to negotiate our way out of fighting a troll by mostly confusing him and just telling him that Magios is a replacement for that position. It worked surprisingly well. After we made our way back to the High Bop, we ate some rat, if I remember correctly. Said some honestly pretty sad goodbyes, hoping we'll all make it out. Went to our respective spots. We're a little terrified that Royce and Giannis are gonna steal too much, or we might get into a little bit of fun along the way. And we waited as the dragon took flight out of the well. I think that's everything.
That is everything. Okay, it is a tense situation. But before we dive back into the fray and find out what happened when that dragon burst out of the well, and that's not going to go well for anybody. But before we do that, shall we introduce our characters? We'll go around in the order we're on the screen. So let's start with you, Jess.
Hello, I'm Jess. I'm playing Constance. She is a Knight of Solamnia, human Imperial Marshal. She is very honorable and stupid, and she is currently standing by the well, having just dropped a noisy thing down the well to draw the dragon up.
And it worked.
I mean, as far as I know so far, just standing there waiting.
Jack, what can you tell us about Giannis?
Hello, Giannis is a cleric of the goddess Meshachol, a quite reluctant one. Wasn't actually sure that she was real until relatively recently, when she chose him to be her scion for whatever particular reason, hence why all of us are here. Giannis is a Kender, which is a very specific subculture of halfling only found in the Dragonlance setting, and they are known for their flights of fancy, whimsy, and lack of personal property. They believe everything is public property, otherwise you'd keep it in a locked room, wouldn't you? If it's available, then it's yours, right? He is doing the best that he can, and he is famously the twin brother of... What a segue.
I guess I'll go then.
I guess so.
I'm V. I play Magia, Giannis's twin Minotaur sister. If you're confused about how that works, it just makes sense. It just makes sense. Magia is currently Constance's partner in crime, waiting atop with her to try and distract the dragon. Terrified because it's a dragon, and it's not the tiny little one that she managed to, just about wrestle for a bit a while ago. This is a really, really big dragon. And like Giannis, and I think all of us, she is just doing the best that she can.
And finally, if Dare, you could tell us a little bit about Royce.
Royce is our lovely tiefling rogue who has done a lot of wrongs, but most of them aren't that bad comparatively on the grand scale of the universe. But I am paired up with Giannis right now, and we are planning to not let greed get the better of us today. and also not die, especially because one of us is fatigued and can't run away fully. That's fine. We'll be fine.
So, when we left our heroes, Royce and Yanis were hidden in a tunnel underneath the dragon's lair, peering up out of a grate in the floor of the lair. From there, they could see the treasure hoard, and they watched as the dragon flew up out of the lair, right up to the surface, far, far above, after being distracted by Constance and Magia, who are right up there, serving as, I think, is bait the correct word?
Correct.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
something like that.
I mean, yeah.
So the last thing that happened was that dragon burst out of the well into the plaza in the center of Zaxaroth on the surface. Burst out, spread its wings, unfurled its wings, circled around, drew in a deep breath, ready to breathe acid straight at Constance and Magia, who are there in the plaza. And then let's cut back to Yanis and Royce down there underneath the dragon's lair. I think Yanis, was it Royce popping their head up? I can't remember who.
It was Royce.
It was Royce. Okay, so what are you doing now?
I think I just we didn't agree on a signal, but I think I just poke my head back down. All right, I think we're good. Do we want to do the invisibility powder now?
We could do it, or we could. How long does it last? Do we have any idea?
No idea.
How much of it do we have?
1 dose.
Oh, we only have one.
Is that one each or one of us?
Well, you could be half invisible each, I suppose, or one of
That
you
sounds
could
like
be
something
invisible.
That sounds like something we would do.
Being half invisible really highlights the visible portion so much more.
I'm only half of a person. In fact, I'm like a third of a person.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, maybe we should save it in case the dragons comes back and as it's actually not here right now.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, let's go.
So are you scooting up out of the tunnel and into the lair? So as you climb up into the lair itself, you get a better view. So this is a great big circular building with a big dome going above it. But the top of the dome is cracked and broken, which is why you can see the cavern far above, and then the well many, many thousands of feet far, far above you. The dragon is now completely out of sight, having burst out of that well. Presumably, it's eating Magia and Constance as you stand there. There is an enormous stereotypical dragon's hoard in this lair. Piles of gold, trinkets, and jewels, and just everything you can imagine, with a great big sort of dragon-shaped imprint on it, making it very clear that the dragon does in fact like to sleep upon this pile of gold, because that's what dragons do. It's big. What are you doing?
How big?
Very big. It's about as big as a small house.
Oh, okay. That's pretty big.
It's quite big. Probably more than you can feasibly carry.
I said that. Oh, the hoard. I meant the imprint of the dragon.
Oh, I see. Well, that too. Yeah, that's pretty big too.
Okay. Oh, look at Royce. If we were a dragon, where would we keep 12 platinum discs or however many it is?
Would the dragon know what they are? Is a good. We can't think too much about what does the dragon think about everything.
I'm sort of scuttering over towards the pile and seeing if there's any kind of filing system in place here. He's just throwing this down higgledy-piggledy, or...
I think this is probably going to be an investigation check.
Beautiful.
This is very disorganized, I say, over my shoulder to Royce.
Let's hope there's some method to the madness then.
Okay, I'm actually not dreadful at investigation, but it's not my best. Is this a wisdom or a...
Yeah, let's go with wisdom for this, because it is
Okay,
kind of
sure.
searchy rather than analytical.
Okay, that is a very measly 9.
You at the moment cannot see anything that may or may not be. We can see a lot of things that may not be discs of Mishako, but you certainly can't see anything that you think are discs of Mishako. What about Royce?
Cups, goblets, plates,
Yeah.
clang, clang.
Yeah. What did Royce get there?
I got an 11.
Neither do you find anything.
Great start.
So, I mean, there's a lot to search, but now we're going to cut back to the surface. So, where are the two of you?
So I was standing by the well because I
Yeah.
dropped in the
And
stone thing.
Magia was.
Magia was standing kind of halfway between the well and the temple steps.
Okay.
She wasn't right up against Constance, but close enough that she could run to her and grab her if she had to.
Okay. So the distance is basically about 100 feet. So you're about 50 feet there. Does that sound right? Okay. So the dragon has burst into the sky and it's circling around, and you can feel its gaze fall upon you. Immediately, it speaks a word of magic, and the entire area, just like before, is plunged into inky darkness. This is clearly a favoured tactic of this dragon. You can hear far above the sort of leathery beating of its wings. It's sort of, and it's sort of floating around, and you hear a voice coming from above you and says, "Little creatures, I am not going to make this quick."
In my head, kind of thinking, good, because this was a distraction, so at least that part of the plan's gonna work. I guess I'm going to try and run back to the temple. I know the direction it was, even though it's dark. I'm going to use one of my feats, a foot, if you will, desperate dash. So my movement this turn doesn't provoke opportunity attacks, which I guess this wouldn't necessarily, but I get an expertise die on athletic checks made to jump and dexterity saving throws. So me moving, if there's any rubble or something in my way, I do have.
Well, you are going to need to make an athletics check. Let's see how quickly you get to the temple.
So I have an expertise dice in that. That is 16 plus proficiency, 18.
18, okay. Magia, you're in the darkness. You can probably hear Constance because she is wearing metal armor. So you hear the sort of coming closer to you. You probably have got a good sense that Constance is running towards you. Is there anything you're doing, saying? What's your plan?
I think she can hear Constance running and is waiting until Constance sounds close enough that she can start running too, and they're not going to be too far apart.
Okay.
And Magia will do the same thing. I don't think she's as bothered about the darkness because she hasn't been moving around. And she knows that Constance was in front of her, so she has to turn. And she does have her labyrinth recall. She has a good awareness of space.
She knows exactly which way to go. Yeah.
Okay. So she doesn't get turned around too easy. So I think once she can hear Constance get close enough that she's probably arm-ish distance from her, she'll just say loud enough for hopefully Constance to hear at that distance of "I'm coming with you," and running, so that Constance doesn't have to worry about where Magia is in the darkness.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So she's going to just start running with Constance to keep pace with her towards the temple.
Let's have a second
Clank,
athletics
clank,
check then, please.
Oh gosh.
From me?
No, one from Magia.
Right, okay, fair.
Wait, I don't know why I'm worried about this. This is a character who can do the running thing.
Yeah, you're good at this.
That will be. Why can't I? I'm on the wrong page. I'm not actually proficient at athletics. That's just a straight 14.
14, okay.
Yeah.
So the two of you are racing up the steps towards the temple. Constance is ahead of Magia by about 15, 20 feet. The dragon, circling round above, sees you, emerging from the sphere of darkness that it cast, and does a sort of big sort of loop the loop, swings over, and then comes down in a slow sort of glide towards you, its mouth wide open, takes in a deep breath just as you get to the temple doors. Could I please have a dexterity saving throw from each of you?
Come on.
Yes, you may. And
That is good news.
And I will have.
There is good news because you are bursting through the temple doors and giving you advantage on this dexterity saving throw.
Excellent.
Double the amount of dice that you roll off for me.
And do I still? I have my expertise dice from the D4 even. Thing.
It's a nat 20.
Hey! That's what we like to hear.
That was 2 good rolls. That was a 20 and an 18.
I got 18.
Wow, 2 excellent rolls. Okay.
Because
You
we are
burst
excellent.
through the great big golden doors. They're still really easily counterbalanced and swing open easily at your touch. You burst through just before the dragon breathes. And behind you, as the door slams shut, you hear the splash of acid outside and the sizzle of stone melting in the acid as you kind of like
Jump back from
come
the door.
to a stop inside the temple, which is cool and quiet and calm within. And then Royce and Yanis down there in the dragon's lair, what are you doing? Continuing to search?
I think that's my plan.
Okay, let's have like another couple of checks from you.
Good idea. Let's search this hoard. In answer to chat, I did not get a specific premonition about. Oh, that looks like a good roll from Derek, or a bad. Oh, okay.
It's a nat 20, baby.
Oh, that's well. What's everyone rolling nat 20s today? So, and what did you get, Yanis?
I got 14 that time.
Okay, so Yanis, you find a couple of golden yellow topazes, which look absolutely lovely.
Pocket those. Don't worry about that.
Royce, on the other hand, searching around, suddenly trips on a stack of blue metal discs. These are about 1.5 feet high, and they're very thin, and there's a couple of 100 discs, and they're kind of like held together with a rod which goes down one side of them, so they can be swung out almost like pages. And each of them has engraved on them text and drawings. These discs form some kind of holy scripture, some kind of book or information
CD collection.
Yeah. Royce, you have found, at least you think you have found, the discs of Mishakal.
Giannis, I'm no expert on what a bunch of discs look like, but this looks like a bunch of discs.
Yeah. I mean, it runs over. Yeah.
You hear a sound going.
Okay.
The sound of rushing air. And looking up, you see a small black dot in the center of the well far above you, getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger as it races down towards you like an arrow.
Let's go. I'll scoop up an armful of the discs. How many are there, roughly?
Well, they're all held together in as one object, right, by a bowl. So it's a couple of 100 discs held together like a stack.
My goodness. Okay,
There's a lot of information going on there.
You should take the powder because you're tired. In fact, I'm impulsive. I'm going to throw the powder over Royce. Poof! Go!
Sarah's so jazzed by that plan. Just look at their face. So pleased.
Royce disappears from sight completely. Is it Royce with the discs or is it Yanis?
Royce has got the discs.
Okay. Royce disappears from sight completely. Yanis, you hear a word of magic spoken from far above.
Oh.
Could I please have a saving throw from you?
What kind?
This saving throw is going to be, let me very quickly check. I should know that, but I'm awful, and I do not. This saving throw is a wisdom saving throw.
Oh. Get out of my head, Charles! Get out of my head! Oh. Yeah. Yanis, he's our man. He can't do it. No one can. Yes, that is a 19.
Oh, okay. So you feel like some strands of magic tugging at like your mind and body, trying to hold you in place. But you just like grit your teeth and just force your way through it, just shrugging off this sort of mental command that this dragon had issued from above. As you're going to the grate, I assume. Down in
towards the grate.
Yeah. As you dive towards the grate, and what's Royce doing while invisible? Same thing?
I think part of me really wants to just throw something to the opposite end of where we were heading, just to sound like maybe we're over in that direction, just to throw the dragon off.
Okay, make a deception check.
Oh, I'm good at being deceptive.
But we're going to combine this one with not charisma. We're going to combine this one with, I think, dexterity. So you want a good throw and some good deception going on at the same time.
Makes sense.
Okay, so that is 16.
Okay, so what is it you're throwing?
I think I just absentmindedly grab a goblet or something with my tail and just kind of throw it towards the other side of the pile, away from us.
The goblet soars through the air. I'm now going to roll a wisdom check for the dragon. It's rolled a 6. The dragon's head snaps around, and as it comes down straight forward and sort of starts to spread its wings to slow its descent, it turns into a sort of bank and glides towards the opposite end of the lair, its eyes searching for who or what made that sound. The two of you dive into or down through the grate and into the tunnel below, while the dragon, you hear a massive as it lands, crouching on the great big treasure hoard, like gold just flying up, like it's landed in water. There's gold just flying up everywhere, all over the place. And it stops there and crouches, its sort of head snaking round from left to right, trying to find out who made that sound, while you two crouch down below in the tunnel. Let's cut back to Constance and Magia, though. So you are in the Temple of the Shackle. It seems quiet. The dragon's not making any noise outside, at least not that you can tell.
Okay. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Do you think it's still out there? Do you think it's just how heavy these doors are, or?
I don't know. I'm gonna. She gets out her bow and she's like, "I'll see if I can distract it. You open the door. I'll step through."
And Magia will put her hands on the edge of the door, ready to kind of crack it open just enough, right? It touching distance on her hand on Constance's shoulder, ready to yank her back if the sound of dark beating wings starts coming through.
Okay.
And I imagine we have the moment of looking at each other and the nod, and then the door pulls back just a crack, enough for Constance to look out and get her bow out there.
And I've got my bow out, and because this is how you hold a bow, obviously.
Exactly like that. Yeah.
It's like a little. No,
those little kids' toy bows with a little.
Yeah, I'm holding it more like Dennis the Menace, what do you call it? One of those things, right?
Catapult thing, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Anyway, so Constance, who is competent with weapons, steps out with her bow, looking intimidating. And she's scanning around looking for the dragon. Is the Dome of Darkness still there?
The Dome of Darkness is gone, and there is no sign of the dragon. Everything is silent out there.
I'm going to take another step out and look around.
You can sort of see the ruined buildings around you, different alleyways of shadows. It's now, you've kind of lost track of time when you were underground. It looks like it's late afternoon from where the sun is in the sky, casting long shadows. No sign of the dragon. Not in the sky, at least.
As Maggie has got the door cracked, and she's obviously kind of peering round, the front of the temple doors, they were plated in this gold filigree, right? Does any of that seem to have been affected by the acid?
No. It seems like these doors are completely, well, at least so far, immune to any... the stone in front of the doors is melted by the acid, but the doors themselves, absolutely perfectly shiny, perfect condition.
I think Maggie would mention this to Constance, of just don't turn around, but I think these doors are impervious to whatever the hell comes out of the dragon's mouth.
Protected by Mishakal, maybe?
Maybe.
I'm worried they've gone back down. I think I need to go. I think I need to go back to the well and drop something there. So I'm gonna go to try and shoot one of my arrows down the well. I don't want it to hit anything, but I just more want to drop something else down there. And I guess an arrow, I can do that from a reasonable distance without having to go right up to the well.
Okay, make an attack roll then.
Magia
Great.
will follow you out. Like, she'll leave the door cracked, but almost like back to back, so she can watch behind you to make sure the dragon's not going to like pop up over the top of the temple or something.
Yes. That was a natural 20 I rolled.
Oh my, what is it today? Everyone's rolling natural 20s.
We came ready. We're heroes. We're gonna save the world and defeat this dragon, Russ.
Okay, so your arrow arcs through the air and disappears straight down the well. There's silence. You don't know where it's gone or what's happened. Nothing happens. The seconds pass. Still silence. Yanis and Royce, you're crouching down there in the tunnel below the grate. What are you doing?
Celebrating. They're going, yeah, we did it. No.
You hear a voice from above saying, I know you're here somewhere. I will find you.
Royce, are you there? Royce.
Yeah.
Ah!
Did you?
Have you still got the discs?
Yes. Do you know how to activate them? Did Mishakal give you a go button?
I'm like half fumbling with my hands out, like for the discs, because I can't see them because you're holding them.
Yeah, so
I think I put them down so they're visible.
They suddenly pop into view.
So basically, as you glance at these discs, it basically appears to be sort of a massive trove of information about the true gods, their origins, how to worship them, their beliefs, everything you need to know about basically the pantheon and deities of Krynn. With these discs, you realise that basically you could very much bring information about the true gods back to the world again. And basically reignite the true faiths.
Right. I relay all this. What language is it written in?
That is an excellent question, Jack, and I'm really glad you asked me. It is in the language of old people, old stuff from long ago.
Old people language, what like?
From
Wise
long
talking from the 1940s. Ow!
Yeah.
Remember the old gods?
Maybe even older than that.
Wow. Gosh. Goodness. It's some sort of scripture, or it's the truth. It's the truth about the gods, Royce. It's everything that everybody thought was true, with all the extra bits taken off. It's the real core of the old faith.
That's great. How is that going to stop the dragon above us now?
Great question.
Can you translate that into a dragon go away move, or?
I'm like flicking through the discs, like looking for anything about fighting dragons, war with the gods.
Yeah, I mean, there is history of the earlier dragon wars and how Paladin and Tarkesis fought, and how Humor Dragonbane pushed back Tarkesis using the fabled Dragonlances. All of that stuff is in there. You probably don't have time to read it in depth right now, but it's kind of along the lines of fairy tales and children's stories that you've heard before.
There's nothing really in here, but Mishakal said that the amulet, I'm still sort of looking into nowhere because you're still invisible. I'm like, Mishakal said that the amulet was the key to defeating the dragon, but sort of shake it up against my ear. I don't have any idea how to use it. I sort of give it a rub, blow on it, swing it around my head a little bit by the thong.
From above, you hear the voice again. It says, I sense your presence.
Oh, what does that mean?
Let's move.
Okay. Move further back up the tunnel back towards the gully dwarves.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So you start to make your way along the tunnel. Let's go back to Magia and Constance, who are still up on the plaza. So you dropped that arrow. You fired that arrow down the well. Nothing seems to have happened, at least as of yet.
Maybe it's worked out what we were doing. There's a lot of rubble and stuff around here.
Mm-hmm.
Should we just drop some more down?
Well, I'm wondering if there's a way we can collapse the top of the well entrance. That thing has got to be much better when it's flying, right? You can't get close to it, you can't hit it, and it can spew acid from 100 feet up. If we close off the entrance, assuming that Royce and Yanis have done what they're supposed to do, maybe we can trap it down there so we can leave. There can't be another easy way out for it, right? Or it wouldn't have picked the well as its entry point.
Yeah. How do we do that? How do we... I mean, we
there-
could try hitting it with the axe, but it took a long time with the chain.
Are there any structures which look... Because, like, this whole place is kind of ruined with rubble everywhere. Are there any structures that look like, with a little bit of help from something like Shatter or Thunderwave, might be convinced to collapse over and block off the top of this well?
Do you know what that sounds like to me? That sounds like an intelligence engineering check.
I still have engineering.
Excellent.
Let's see. Where's my intelligence? 15, 17 total.
17. So there is a building on the other side of the plaza, fairly tall. It is some way. You think possibly you could collapse something over onto the well. You don't think it would keep the dragon for long.
Maybe while it's busy down there, we could rig the building so when we leave, it collapses over. It would give us a head start on the dragon, because we've got to come out this way, right?
Yeah.
Back the way we came.
You know how to do that?
I can figure it out. It's kind of a similar thing as when you have to, get a ship up onto the beach and turn it to scrub the hull. It's just counterbalances and weights.
I don't know, but I trust that you do.
You can lift heavy things, right? We should.
Yeah, I can do that.
Could we set the building up so that all Magi would have to do if we came out this way and went just trying to get out of here, it would be rickety enough that she could cast something like Thunderwave and it would just knock whatever kind of faux supports they put into collapse.
Yeah, I think you could do that. I think it would take you. Stick. Yeah, it would take you a bit of time to set up and a bit of work and a few checks. But yes, in theory, you could do that. Yes.
Let's do it.
Could? Yes.
Yes. Well. Should I just chuck a rock down to check he doesn't come back up?
Could both of you make perception checks, please?
Oh, no.
You see the hordes of freaking what they call draconians there. Am I very perceptive? No, I'm not.
13.
Great. It's a 16.
Okay, so Constance, you hear the sound of clawed feet marching along a nearby road, and glancing up, you see what looks like a patrol of 4 draconians. They don't appear to have noticed you yet, but they are marching down the street towards the plaza.
I'm going to grab Magia and go to duck in a building undercover where we are nearby, because I assume we're not close enough to get to the temple, because we're on the other side right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's make a stealth check then, please.
Cool.
We're famously the ones that are good at this.
Yes. Magia is a very inconspicuous looking character.
That's an 18.
Stealth. Is it dexterity? I got a natural 20. Doesn't matter.
Not again. Not
Yes.
again. What's going on here? What's
the gods are on our side today.
Yeah. And it's using the dice that you got me, Russ. So
I believe you, Jess. I believe you. But,
good.
Okay, so both of you duck behind some nearby pillars, and the draconians move into the plaza, and they start poking around. They start looking behind rubble, One of them glances down the well. Another one moves up towards the temple, but they don't go into the temple, but they're clearly looking for something. Let's get back to Yanis and
How
Royce
did
down
they
there
get
at the
up here?
bottom.
We broke the chain.
There's still some up here.
So, Yanis and Royce, you're hustling down through the tunnel back towards where it'll emerge up in the alleyway near where the Gully Dwarfs live.
Yeah.
You soon find yourselves back in that alleyway.
Oh, we have to get back up that waterfall. Is there not a quicker way up into the temple? The dwarves might know.
Are you going back to the dwarves themselves?
I'm waiting to see what Royce thinks first.
I don't want to necessarily bring ourselves to them and get them in danger. I know they said they should have had some people around. Maybe we could meet up with some of the other gully dwarves around here and maybe take us some sideways.
Gully dwarves, oh, gully dwarves. I'm saying it in a sort of stage whisper. Gully dwarves, any gully dwarves? I start doing the secret knock on various bits of stone masonry and things like that.
How does the secret not go there, Jack?
Well, obviously, if people rewatch the video from last week, that's the knock I'm doing.
Yeah, that knock.
Yeah, that's a knock that's in the video. I can pull it up now. I can delay proceedings until I go and find it.
So, so you've emerged out of the tunnel into the street. Then is that or into the alleyway? Is that what's happened? Yeah. You kind of feel this sort of sense of slightly ominous impending doom sort of falling across you, and as you look up over your shoulder, because this part of Zaksaroth is at the bottom of a massive cavern, having sank there hundreds of years before. You can see lazily kind of flying around in the air above this section of the city. You can see the dragon. She's flying around, looking down, clearly casting her eyes around for you. As you watch, you see she spots something because she rolls over and then does a quick dive down and blasts something on the ground with a stream of green acid. From the distance you hear, it sounds like a scream, and then it's just cut off, dead.
God.
And then the dragon continues its search.
Let's get up to the temple.
Okay, you lead the way. I'll keep as low to the ground as I can.
I can't lead you can't see me.
Hey, just knock stuff as you. No, that'll be loud. Okay, I'll lead the way.
Okay.
Which is good because of my special feature. Just to remind everyone in the audience, my special feature of what's it called? Secret ways. When I navigate while traveling, pursuers have disadvantage on checks made to track my group.
Well, that's good, because you're going to now need to make a stealth check to make your way across the city, and will give the dragon disadvantage on its attempts to spot you.
I rolled a 2, but thankfully,
This is wild.
thanks to Deuce's Wild,
Oh,
I can
this
reroll.
this thing comes up a lot.
I get so much mileage out of it. It's ridiculous.
Feature.
I got a 21,
Okay.
and I can give that to you as
Oh,
well.
fabulous.
Okay.
We're doing a group stealth.
So the two of you quietly make your way across the city, like going from shadow to shadow, corner to corner, alleyway to alleyway, carefully crossing streets just as draconians look the other way, keeping your eye out constantly over your shoulder for that dragon circling around there, making sure there's never a direct line of sight between you and the dragon. And you start to make your way across the city. Constance and Magia, you are up at the top. These 4 draconians are definitely looking for something. They're probably only about 30 feet away from you at the moment, and they're just kind of like looking behind every pillar, looking through every ruined door. What are you guys doing?
Do they look like spellcasters or soldiers or?
They look like 4 soldiers.
Okay.
Maybe they're looking for us, or maybe Yanis and Royce got what they were looking for, and the dragons sent them up here to look for them.
Do we need to deal with this?
I mean, we could drop the building on them. Block up the well for a bit, and I assume the dragon's down there somewhere looking for Yanis and Royce if it hasn't come back up here. It's clearly something more interesting is happening down there. So maybe...
So if
maybe
I get
distract it.
So if I get their attention, draw them over here so they're under the building.
Well, if we're dropping the building on the well, if we just have to get them to the well.
Okay. I'll draw them out. You get ready to drop the building then, yeah?
Yes. So Magia will go and get ready to drop the building.
Okay.
And I guess give Constance a signal once she's ready so that Constance isn't like dancing around at the well trying to fight them off while Magia rigs this up.
Okay. So what's Constance doing?
So I am going to get my combat maneuver strength in the biting Zephyr stance so I can use my double shot ability on my bow.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to sneak towards the well so I can kind of hide behind it, and then I'm going to pop up and shoot arrows at them to draw them over. Is my long-term plan.
Let's make a stealth check then.
Okay.
You are sneaking.
That was a 2. That was not good. So overall, that's a 3.
So sneak is a strong word in this particular situation, isn't it? Yeah.
But before Constance leaves, Magia will say, once you hear it creaking, run anywhere but in like the straight line that the building follows. So left or right of the well.
Okay.
Not back
So
towards me or like in a straight line.
Okay.
So Constance makes it about halfway towards the well before a draconian voice calls out, "You there! Stop!"
How far away am I from the well?
25 feet.
Jump in.
And how far away are they? How far away are
They are probably about 30 feet from you.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot them because
Okay.
and I'm gonna use my bonus action to double shot, and then I will actually no, I will not use my bonus action to use double shot. I'll use my bonus action to mark foe, so yeah, I'll get an expertise die when I try and attack it.
Okay.
So I'll mark foe, the one that said that to me. I'm gonna try and shoot it with my bow.
Okay.
And I got a 19 to hit.
Why is everyone doing this today? Okay, that's a hit.
Thank you very much. And then so I shoot it because that's how the game works. And that's 8 piercing damage.
Okay. So
And
you
then-
catch. Sorry, carry on.
So I shoot my bow, and then I run to go duck behind the well, using that as cover.
Okay. You catch the draconian in the shoulder, and it sort of yells out in pain, and then yanks the arrow out, flings it on the ground angrily, before pointing in the direction that you went. And all 4 draconians spread their wings and just sort of like flap the way towards you.
They fly?
Towards.
No.
Well, no, I mean, it's kind of like along the ground.
Oh,
They
okay.
just
Sorry, I
use
thought
their
they
wings
flapped their
to-
wings. I thought they just
Yeah.
launched in the air, and I was like,
No.
great.
The wings just give them a little bit of extra speed, basically.
Okay, just for dramatics.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
All right, that's fine.
And I think
allow
we're
it.
going to roll initiative.
Do you know what? That's fair. That's fair. Oh, good. That's good.
Can I make the argument that because Magia's not actually in combat, she's just trying to like move the bits of rubble that she has to and pull out or place support beams where she needs to get this to topple over. Can I roll strength for initiative? Because she's really just seeing how far she can set this up.
Sure, why not? Go on.
Yes. This gives me a chance of having a. Oh no! That is 4 still. I rolled a 2.
Ooh. Well, the Draconians rolled a 7, so they weren't that much better.
I
What did
also
Constance get?
rolled a 7.
Oh, what is your... Everyone did badly. Okay, what is your dexterity, Jess?
12, so it's a +1.
Draconians are 11, so you will be 4 then.
Excellent, great. So this is our fun combat initiative. That could have gone a lot worse, really.
Yeah.
Okay, so okay, what do I do? Okay, right.
What do you do?
Yes.
It's a good question.
Of course. I will. I feel very confident about this, as you can tell. So I'm going to just pop up, mark foe on the dude that I shot before.
Mhm.
If I can tell who it is by popping up, I'm going to try to
Yeah.
shoot him again because
Okay.
last time that went
He's
well.
he's the one that's limping.
Good.
Oh no, it went in a shoulder, didn't it? He's still limping. Whatever. Okay.
7, no. 20.
Is a hit.
Which will hit. I don't know why I looked at you
Of
like you were
course.
going to say no, it's not.
If I said no, 20 is not a hit, then you're in trouble.
I would be.
Yeah.
That's just 3 points of piercing damage for that.
Okay.
So
this is the second arrow you've sunk into this Draconian. This Draconian is not happy about it. Turns out this Draconian doesn't like being a pincushion.
That's fair. Like, no one could blame them for that. I'm going to duck down below the well.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to draw them over slowly while doing kind of covering fire. And I wish I had taken the combat maneuver that is like a covering fire thing, because that would be awesome for this moment. But I didn't, so I'm done.
Okay. So the Draconians are next.
Mm-hmm.
So they spread out, 2 going one way, 2 going the other way, to come round the well at you from both sides. Glancing to your left, you see a couple of Draconians coming around one side of the well. To the right, you can see another couple coming down the other side of the well, all with their sort of like horrible curved, jagged short swords raised, ready to stab you.
It's not very
They
kind.
haven't quite reached you this turn. You're safe for the moment, but next turn you are going to be in melee sauvage with them. And it is now Magia's turn.
Does Magia believe that she can get this to collapse fairly quickly?
Define quickly.
Before
If
I
she-
die.
Yeah, before Constance is really in it bad.
So what we will do is we will use the countdown mechanic for how long it takes you to get this to collapse. So what will happen is we're going to have a dice pool. It's going to be a small dice pool, only 2d6. You're going to get to roll it each turn. You're going to roll the 2d6. If you roll any 6s, you remove them from that dice pool. Each turn, you roll what's left of the dice pool. When there are no dice left, it collapses.
Oh, okay.
How many dice is...
Well,
Start
only
with?
2, so it's a small dice pool.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so a countdown dice pool can be any number of dice. This will be a small number of dice.
But this all depends on being able to roll 6s, which... Okay.
Okay.
Sweet.
So, and you can start. You can start now, V, with your first roll of the countdown dice pool.
What are you? You are a 4. You are also a 4. So no.
Okay. So as yet, you have not managed to collapse it, and we're now back to Constance. You've got Draconians closing in.
I can't stay here and take 4 of them at the same time. So I'm gonna go to step back, try and step back 30 feet, thematically whilst using my bow to shoot at them. I'm gonna shoot the same guy,
Okay.
because I'm committed to that now.
Okay.
Anyway, that's the reason why. And that one is a 15.
A 15 is a hit.
Cool. And that's 7 points of piercing damage for that fellow.
This Draconian's covered in arrow wounds now.
Yeah, but he won't stop coming
But he's
towards
still
me.
coming. But he's still coming.
So I shoot like that, and then so I stepping back, and then for my bonus action, I'm going to change my combat maneuver stance to unending wheel, and get my battle axe out ready.
Okay.
And stand there looking terrifying, because I am so terrifying. Please
Okay.
go away.
So 2 of the Draconians, not the injured one, decide to charge you.
It's rude.
The other 2 stand back and pull out bows, short bows.
Rude.
So the 2 that charge you, what is your AC, please?
It is 13, but I will try and... Can I parry with a charge?
Yep.
I will
So-
do that for the first one.
Okay.
So
The first
that-
attack swings what? Do you need to know this before or after the attack roll?
I don't know. You wrote the rulebook.
I did not. That is not the thing that I did.
Okay.
Much as I would like to claim credit for having written this game, I did not.
I don't know which section you wrote. I didn't know if you did.
I wrote some bits of it, but
Yeah, I was hoping that you'd done that bit.
You'd written that bit.
I've done no bits of it. I've done none of it.
There is a non-zero chance
I
that I
have
did write
rolled
that
for
bit.
the first one. I've rolled for my parry to make my AC 14 for the first one.
I am going to quickly look that up because it will be something useful to know. Okay, very quickly.
And if you too would like to look up things about the rules, we have a great website called A5E.tools, which has the rules on there and loads of stuff and or things that you can look up.
Yeah.
So if you want to kind of take a look, it's in open beta at the moment.
Do you know what? I'm not going to look it up because I don't have time. So
I was doing my best to stall.
I know you were. You're doing well, but
Thank
we're
you.
gonna just move on. So we're gonna assume you can do that. So you throw your battle axe up and deflect that first blow. The draconian on the other side rolls a 1, misses wildly and stumbles and trips on its own cloak and falls to the ground at your feet.
I'm terrifying.
Yeah. Magia.
Does it look Magia? It looks like for a minute Constance maybe has this under control. So I think Magia is like she's playing up the option of like there is only so long I can try to dismantle bits of this building to try and get it to fall before it's just not going to be viable.
What I will say is a thunder wave, if you cast it, will count as a roll of 6 on one of those dice, so it will remove 1 immediately if you cast it at a pillar.
Oh yeah, she'll cast it.
Okay.
She'll cast Thunderwave at it then.
Okay. So you blast the pillar with a thunder wave, and the sound, that's the 300 foot. Is that the
yeah.
The sound of it echoes across the plaza and all throughout the entire city, and dust just flies up everywhere as that pillar just sort of goes, and the roof above you just kind of teeters backwards and forwards. It looks like it's about to go. Hasn't quite gone yet, but it's close.
Just out of interest, how close is Constance to me right now?
She's by the well, so 50 feet.
50 feet, okay. I don't know if my manifestation would do anything here, because my manifestation usually, if I deal thunder or lightning damage, I can spend sorcery point to produce a thunderous blast around me, which would normally push things within 5 feet away from me. I don't know if that narratively would
that'll basically be that'll be a second thing. I think
I'll spend the sorcery point, and
that'll be the other dice. Yeah.
Right before it happens, like Constance would hear the one big thunderous blast that goes out. You just hear Magia at the top of her voice, just shouting, whichever direction is closest to the temple, which in my head is left. Just screams, "Constance, run left! Run left!" And then you don't hear her voice anymore. It's just another loud thunder crash.
Okay. And the building collapses with a calamitous crash. Rubble everywhere, with a great big section of the roof just falling straight over the well itself. 4 draconians and Constance will all need to make dexterity saving throws. Constance, because you knew it was coming and got told which way to go, you get advantage. The draconians, because they had no idea it was coming, all get disadvantage.
Cool. In addition to my advantage, I'm going to use my intrepid ability, which will give me an expertise die. Because I feel that this is important to not die. Dexterity saving, you said, yeah?
Royce will never forgive Magia if Constance dies in the building.
That's a 21.
Okay, so Constance, you dive to the side, diving clear with a professional knight-like soldier roll thing.
Yeah, I was about to say, can I do like a shoulder roll?
Yeah, one of those things. You look amazing when you do it as well.
Thank you. I thought so too.
Yeah, that's like John Wick style. You do brilliant. The 4 draconians. One of them manages to flap its wings and just get out just in time. The other 3 are crushed under falling rubble.
We've totally got this under control. This is going so well.
It's going great.
Touch wood.
And whose go is it next?
I believe it was me.
Yes, it is you. There is one Draconian left. This one is uninjured. It's not the one you were shooting at. He's gotten clear of the rubble, rolled to his feet. He's got a sword in his hand and the look of death in his eyes.
How far away is he from
He's
me?
right next to you. How convenient is that?
I will hit him. He's not prone. He's not the one that was prone.
He
or
is not
anything.
prone.
Damn it, 'cause I'd have advantage. But okay. Do you know what? I'm going to hit him with my battle axe because I have it out.
Okay.
I'm ready. This is what we came to do.
That is what battle axes are for, and that is what Draconians are for, I guess.
And also because I don't like this person, and the choices they made in their
You
life.
don't even know him.
What I do know I don't like. I'm going to use the wounding strike for my bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
So the next time I hit, which will be this time, I will get to do ongoing bleeding damage to ruin his ongoing life. So I go to attack and I roll to attack with 16.
He's a hit.
Excellent. Great. So I'm going to do that with much damage. Specifically, I'll tell you how much when I find my D8 that has gone missing. Here, there we go. Oh, that's not very impressive. So I just do 4 piercing damage to this person who I had taken a dislike to, and because of my wounding strike, so I get 1d4 ongoing damage at the start of their turn. They can try and get rid of it with a Constitution saving throw.
And it is now the Draconian's turn. He takes 1d4 damage. Do you want to roll that?
Sure. Do you want to do a con saving throw to check they don't not have it?
Does that take an action, or does it automatically happen?
At the start of the wounded creature's turn. So that's
okay.
it just happens, and it's a 12 you're looking
very
for.
much fails at saving throw.
Great, good. Have 2 damage then.
Okay.
They can also spend an action to make a medicine check. DC to fix themselves or medically heal themselves.
And this Draconian is angry, really, really, really angry. And he comes at you with a flurry of blows, slashing his sword left and right, striking at you twice.
That's rude. I will parry first time. And so that'll make my AC up to 17.
Okay, you parry the first one. Second blow is a 19.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
That does 5 points of piercing damage.
Fine.
Magia.
How far is Constance and this Draconian from me now?
Just say you probably dived about 10 feet to get out of the way, so 50 plus 10, 60 feet now.
Okay. So that would take all of my movement, I think, to get up there. And it would be an action to try and intimidate it. So I'll just move up to where Constance is. But I think if my intent is that if Constance doesn't kill this in the next turn, Magia is going to try and grab it and get it to lay down its sword so we can get some information from it.
Okay, could you both make perception checks, please?
14.
16.
You hear the sounds of spellcasting coming from the far side of the plaza. And now we're going to switch back to Yanis and Royce, who are sneaking through the streets of Zaxxaroth far below, while the dragon circles around trying to find you. You're making your way successfully. You've avoided several patrols. Let's have another stealth check now, please. You can do this.
Nat 20.
I'll take that as well, shall I?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
The dice really like us today.
They really, really, really do. Okay. So, like shadows, you slip through the streets of Zaxxaroth. At one point, you go straight through the center of a Draconian patrol, dancing around it, and it doesn't even notice you, and come out the other side. And it takes you, a little bit of time, but you soon find yourself, you recognize you're in the plaza where the chain was. You can see in the center of that plaza, there are 2 Draconian they don't appear to be warriors because they have tool belts, and they are working hard at repairing that chain and reattaching the big pot to the chain.
Unacceptable.
Oh, it's really cute that they have a they have a repair guild.
Yeah. With that stealth check, they have not noticed you. You're like on the edge of the plaza in an alleyway. They're there busy repairing that chain. What are you gonna do?
So we could. There's like a pause, or every so often there's a pause. Like, is Roy still there? And then okay, we could grab one side of the chain and cut the other side.
I don't know if I have anything strong enough to cut through it.
Oh yeah, that's true. It did take Constance a really long time.
Yeah, and she's way stronger than me.
And me.
We could look, if we take care of the dragon, I don't think we have to worry about anyone else. They can work on repairing their pot for however long it takes.
You do notice that the two Draconians do keep glancing nervously up into the air in the direction of the dragon, and each time they do, they seem to mutter dark prayers to themselves. Like they're clearly terrified of the dragon themselves.
What's the quickest way up?
I mean, we know the alternate pathway, correct? Like that they showed us.
Oh, the one that we've got the troll to move from.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. Do we know where that comes out? Did we actually go all the way up to the top?
I got pretty damn close.
Yeah. Who was it who went up? Was it Royce?
Yeah, it was me.
It was Royce, yeah.
Yeah,
Royce
I
went
got,
right
like-
up to almost to
I
the temple,
climbed
yeah.
up the slide and everything else.
Yeah.
When you had to climb up the pipe.
Yep.
Mm.
God, that's a lot of ag.
I mean, we could try to push them off too. Just I don't know if they're like harnessed to the ground, but
Are they on the edge of a big drop?
No, you're in a plaza.
Okay.
yeah, let's just we'll worry about them later. They have their own thing going on.
Constance won't be happy when we tell her. If we tell her.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll tell her after we save the world.
Yeah. So what are you guys doing?
We're gonna take the alternate path, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's have another stealth check to get there.
$24.
Fabulous. Here we go.
Okay. So you find yourselves at the bottom of the rope that leads up to the tunnel, which leads to the stairway, which leads up to the street far above, which leads to the pipe, which leads to the Hall of the Ancestors, which leads to the temple, which leads to the plaza, as you
Right.
recall. So, you have not been spotted. However, you can see the rope about 50 feet away from you. You can see that there is a patrol of Draconians standing there. 4 of them. They appear to be warriors. And they're looking around.
We can get past them, right?
Am I still invisible at this time, just with all the climb?
Yes.
Okay. Four of them blocking our way. Does it look like there's any feasible way around?
You'd have to distract them away from where they are, I think.
Easily done.
Yeah.
Yep.
You do notice that you are invisible, but you do notice that it does appear to be starting to wear off, because occasionally, Yanis, you catch a quick glimpse of Royce out of the corner of your eye. Then when you look, she's not there, but just occasionally, it's just like, oh no.
Oh, sorry.
Do you want to throw a piece of topaz their way? I saw you pocket some earlier.
That's my topaz.
How many pieces did you grab?
Look in my inner pouch.
Yeah, I think it was 2.
I can do what I did. I can do what I did before and make a phantom noise.
I like that better. Plus, we need to give Constance and Magia some topaz as a thanks for surviving gift.
Do we? Okay.
You should. We promised to give them something back.
Okay. And then I jab the hoopak towards where the draconians are and make the sound of little halfling feet pitter-pattering over in the other side of them.
The draconians stop and look up, and then one of them makes a motion. Two of them take off in the direction of the sound. The other two remain where they are.
Great. Well, that's half of them.
With only two.
What do you think the chances are if I do the same thing in the other direction, they'll go that way?
No.
Okay, it was worth asking.
I can try the classic. Just, you can't see that. I gestured towards slitting my throat. Is what I did. I can try to get them.
Okay. If it doesn't work, I'll do the shh, and then they won't be able to make any noise anyway.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay.
So Royce will need to sneak up on them because you're invisible. You can have advantage on this to sneak up.
That's a 14.
It's not great. Okay, I'm going to need to roll that one. And that's a roll of 17. As you make your way towards the Draconians, you scuffle on some stones. This, unfortunately, is happening just at the same time that your dust of disappearance is kind of wearing off a little bit, and you kind of shimmer into view for a second. And the two Draconians, one of them points in your direction and says, "There! Did you see that?" And the other one pulls out a sword and starts to move forwards.
Shh! Whoa.
Okay, make a deception check.
Me? Okay. What am I deceiving them of? That whoa wasn't me.
Or are you doing that in pure view?
No.
No, it was a distraction, yeah.
That is a paltry 3. No. 7.
Okay, so the Draconians pretty much ignore the noise and move and spread out towards where Royce was, or where she sort of glimmered into view briefly. And as you watch, to your horror, Royce materializes into full view as two Draconians stand on either side of her, short swords in hand, and raise them to strike. Let's roll for initiative down here.
Beautiful. What's the type of initiative?
This is just how quickly you react, so we'll just go with dexterity, but for the Draconians, they are rolling perception.
19.
14.
12. So, Royce is first.
Okay. You know my usual question before I begin. Would I be able to get a sneak attack off? I don't know if I actually could right now.
Not at the moment, no.
Yeah.
No, you have no conditions for sneak attack here.
That's what I thought. All right, fine. I will use my short sword then.
Mm-hmm.
I said that one with no problem. That was easy.
You're getting good at that now.
It's only taken this entire adventure. That was a 23 to hit.
That was a hit.
That is 8 damage.
8. Was that? Yeah. Okay. A nasty slash across the Draconian's abdomen. Yanis, you're next.
Lovely. So I will cast silence as I said I would.
Mm-hmm.
Create a little dome of non-noise over where they're fighting so that the sounds of conflict don't draw the other two Draconians back. And I think, let me just check that is a full action. Believe it to be so. Very good having a PDF because you can slip through the spell list at a thought's pace. And if you too would like a PDF of Level Up spells for edition, please check out our website where it's available. Silence. Yes, so it's one action, so I can't do anything. Oh, hang on, let me just check. Apologies. Fortunately, I can go through the spell list at the speed of thought, as previously said, meaning I can look up the other spell that I needed to look up very quickly. Not quickly enough to not completely bring combat to a snail space. Yes, that's fine. I can't do anything else. Glad I looked that up. So that's the
well, that was fun, Jack. Thanks.
Glad everyone enjoyed that.
That's quality content. It is now the Draconian's turn. Each of them takes a swing at Royce. We have a 21 and a
That
15.
hits. The 15, I'm going to use my reaction to parry.
Okay.
All right, that dropped it by 2 to a 13. And that misses now.
Okay, so it's just a one hit for 5 points of piercing damage.
Okay, I can live with that. That's fine.
Okay. And then it is Royce.
Get him.
This is all happening in silence, of course, because you're inside that dome of silence. Yeah.
All right, with a 16 plus whatever I add. All right, 21 to hit.
Yep.
The dice are really having fun. And this is to the one I've already attacked. That's 6 more damage.
Okay. He's looking wounded. He's bloodied, but he's still going.
Damn it.
Yanis.
Yes, I will cast Guiding Bolt at the one that Royce already hit.
Yeah.
Which, fortunately, as I was already there from looking it up in the previous round.
At the speed of thought, yeah.
Yes, lovely. So they get a. Yes, they get. Yeah, they get a dexterity roll to negate that.
They've rolled a 15.
That is, I believe, that is fortunately enough. So it doesn't go off, but then as a bonus action, I'll cast Shield of Faith on Royce, giving them a +2 to AC for the duration.
Right, and then it's the Draconians, each of which attack Royce again. We have a 10 and a 21. I think that 21's probably going to hit.
Yep, it's going to hit no matter what.
Yeah, even if you parry. So that is another 5 points of piercing damage.
But I have a fun little move that I can do. What's its name? I forgot. Arcane Riposte.
Okay, yep.
Which one was the one with 21? The one with full health, or the one with who has already been hit?
Which would you like it to be?
I'd like it to be the one with full health, personally.
Okay, we'll do that then.
Okay. Let me double check Arcane Riposte, just because it's been a minute since I've used it.
I think it's a spell melee attack roll.
Beautiful.
It's quite a decent amount of damage then.
Yes, it is. Okay, yep. All right, so plus charisma. That's a 16 to hit.
Just going to hit.
Yes. And then the type of damage I want this to be, let's go with cold. That feels fun. And I only have 2 d6s out. That's my mistake. I already used 3.
So you need 3 d6s for this, yeah.
All right, that's 12 damage.
Okay, so you, as the Draconian strikes you, you instantly blast it back with a gust of icy cold air which emanates from your hands. The Draconian snarls and like frost kind of forms over its features, and it shakes its head, shaking off the cold. But, you know, it's kind of frostbitten, and you can see that you have quite badly hurt it. So, who's next? It's Yanis. Yes.
Is it my turn? Lovely, fabulous. Despite looking up that spell, I actually used
Wait,
it.
is Giannis after me?
Is it? Yeah. I'm on
Yeah.
14.
Yeah, it's voice, Yanis.
Yeah,
Draconians.
Arcane
Yeah.
Riposte is a reaction spell.
It was a reaction to the Draconians. Yeah, sorry, it was. Yeah, it wasn't your turn.
Yeah. So I will try for a sacred flame.
So no, it is actually Voice's turn.
Oh, sorry.
That wasn't Voice's turn.
I'm with you. Got you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's Voice's turn.
Let's see. All right, that is 15 to hit.
That is a hit. Which one are you attacking?
The one I've been slashing.
Yeah.
With my sword. And in terms of total damage, that is only 4. Let's hope it's enough.
It's not enough, but you have badly wounded it. It's on its last legs.
Okay.
Okay. It's now Yanis' turn.
Lovely. I will give a sacred flame a try on that same one that's already very wounded. So again, this is the correct spell now. So it is a dexterity to negate again.
Okay. 12.
That is not enough. So that will deal 1d8. That's 8.
And the Draconian is down.
Fabulous.
Turns to stone in front of Royce's eyes and just freezes there in place. And then it's the remaining Draconian's turn, who attacks Royce. Rolls 16.
I'm going to parry.
Okay.
All right, that dropped it to a 14, slightly under my AC.
Okay, so that is a miss. And then it is Royce's turn.
All right, that is... Oh, that's not going to be enough to hit. Damn it. That's an 11 to hit.
That's not going to be enough, no. Yanis.
I will do the same thing again. A spell dexterity save from that. Please.
That is a 4.
No way.
No, not even close.
7 points of damage to the other one.
Okay. Still up, but last legs. Okay.
Okay.
It is Royce. No, it's the Draconian's turn. I believe. Is that correct? No.
That is
I've
correct.
completely lost track. It is the Draconian's turn. Yeah.
Yep.
Swings with a 10. Complete miss.
Complete miss.
Royce, your turn.
All right, that is a 17 to hit.
It's going to hit. Come on, you can do it.
Nice.
That is 7 damage.
And the final one is gone. What is it you're attacking with? A dagger?
It's a short sword.
Short sword. Okay, we need a dexterity saving throw there.
I can't get my sword back if it gets stuck in him. That's a 13.
13's enough. You just about pull your short sword back, just in time before the Draconian turns to stone and traps it. And then let's go back to the plaza because Constance is engaged in melee with the Draconian, and I believe that Magia has just arrived to help out. So, Constance, you're first. What are you doing?
Hello, I'm back. Sorry, my internet died.
And you did just hear the sound of spellcasting coming from the other side of the plaza.
Okay, so I've hit one person's in front of me right now.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I have to deal with what's in front of me right now, because if I step back and try and shoot the spellcasters, then I'll have disadvantage on shooting with my arrow because somebody's close to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just hit them again.
Yep.
And they have wounding strike as well on them still, so they're going to
Yep.
keep having ongoing damage. That was a terrible roll. Does an 8 hit them?
8 does not hit them, no.
Gosh.
There aren't
well,
many things that 8 would hit. I don't even think 8 would hit a barn door, let alone a fully trained
Well,
Draconian.
maybe it would hit a chain.
Well, it wouldn't, clearly.
Okay, so for my action, I go to hit just to throw them off guard. I purposely do it bad, obviously, because of reasons. But then for my bonus action, I will mark foe. So the can I see the spellcaster that's 30 feet away?
Make a perception check.
20? Not natural, but...
Yes, you do. The spellcaster is hidden in some shadows, down an alleyway near some rubble. Hard to spot at first, but following the sound of the Draconian's voice, because it is a Draconian, you do see a robed and hooded Draconian in the midst of casting a spell.
I will mark foe, so calling out to Magia where they are, and also this will give Magia an expertise dice on attacks made against that creature.
Okay.
Until the start of my next turn, any attacks on them will do that.
Okay.
And then that's me.
Okay, it is now the turn of the Draconians. There is one attacking you with a short sword. First attack misses, second attack misses. I got a 1 and a 2 there. There were 2 really, really, really bad attacks. And then we have the spellcaster who points a clawed hand in the direction of Magia, which is crackling with lightning, and reddish pink lightning arcs from its hands straight in the direction of the Minotaur. Could we please have a saving throw, dexterity save?
I mean, we can, but I don't know how good it will be.
We can try.
I believe in you.
17 minus
You
1.
can. You can have dexterity save. Okay, you manage to twist just in time, and the worst of it just goes past you, just kind of like scoring across your upper shoulders, just leaving a burn mark going across your upper shoulders. You take 9 points of lightning damage.
Okay. It's not the worst.
Oh no, she's gonna die again.
Okay, I just realised I still had temporary hit points on here that Yanis gave us, but I think that's probably long gone by this
No,
point.
it was just before we went on this. We went upstairs, so you should still have those.
So I would be on. Oh god, now I have to do math. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'd be on 14.
Okay.
That's not the worst. Yay!
Classic phrase: 14 over 29.
Yeah, it is now Magia's turn.
Yes.
If Magia looks in the direction that this lightning has come from, does it look like it's just the one spellcaster there, or are there others with them?
Oh, perception check.
You have advantage on that one I pointed out, though. Not advantage.
Expertise die.
Yes, that was the one. Sorry, I forgot the word.
19. That's intelligence. Is it wisdom or intelligence for perception? I
This
always
would be
forget. Wisdom. So it's a dirty 20 then.
Okay. You think it's only the one?
Okay. I don't really want to. How far away is it? 30 feet?
No, probably more like 60 away. Other side of the plaza.
Okay. Can I? Does my distance spell? I can't hit this thing with anything unless I use shatter, but that seems like overkill.
Overly kill them then.
Then that's all my second level spell slots, though.
Okay, that's a good point. Okay.
There's no way you could fight anything worse than a Draconian.
There's still a dragon somewhere.
Yeah,
about it.
Not currently in front of us, and we've collapsed a building over the well. So if it comes up, it'll have to come up and awkwardly push its way through. It'll lose all its cool. It'll be thrown off. Dragon's fine.
I think. I mean, it's 30 feet out, and all we have to do is get out of its sight line, and it can't attack us because it's a spellcaster, and that's important. So I think, is the temple ahead of us?
It's on the same side of the well as you are, yeah.
Okay. How far from where we are now to the temple doors?
You're pretty much still next to the well, so 50 feet.
I think Magia's going to briefly look at Constance as she's locked in the fight with it and be like, take him with us?
Okay.
And Magia just goes back to screaming, run. And she's going to basically try and literally kind of bull rush this Draconian and almost force it into a fireman's lift over her shoulder and run with it to the temple.
Okay. What is your maneuver save DC?
My maneuver save DC is... Where is it on this sheet?
I don't know what your sheet
12.
12. Okay. Rolls an 8. You do, in fact, manage to shove. We can treat this as a shove. The the draconian with you. You'll probably be moving at probably half speed because you're taking your draconian with you. If you're doing 2 moves, so basic, what's your speed?
My speed is 30 feet.
Okay, so you probably make it 30 feet. Just
to
over
be
halfway there.
a nerd about it, I have the rules here for moving a grappled creature on this
Oh,
card.
okay, all right.
So you can drag or carry the grappled creature with you. When you do so, your speed is halved, unless the creature's weight is within your carry capacity.
Oh, I think I might actually have my carry capacity on
Yeah,
here.
but I have literally no idea what a draconian's weight is.
I think a carry capacity for a draconian must be like 2.
I mean,
I don't have on it. Magia is quite big and bulky, though. She has
what's
a plus
Magia's?
2 to her
What's her strength?
15. She's a plus 2.
I'll tell you what. This is how we'll decide this.
Okay.
Make a strength check.
Okay, just straight strength.
DC 12.
16.
15. Okay, so you're moving at full speed then. In that case,
Plus
carrying
3,
the
so
draconian.
18 total. Yeah.
Okay. So in that case, with a dash, you can make it as far as the temple.
Yeah,
You're going,
she's going to
you're
get...
going in?
if she can get in, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you
She wants to
burst
see what
in through
happens
the
to the
temple
draconian when she takes it in, and if it doesn't immediately like burst into flames.
What, explode like a vampire going into a church? Yeah.
Yeah, if it doesn't do that, then hopefully we can question it, because it looks like they don't like going in the temple, whether that's superstition or because they physically can't unless they're like forced in.
Oh no,
So-
what if it's superstition and we prove to them that it's fine by doing this and then...
The spellcaster can't see us at that point. We'll have just disappeared.
Okay.
I hope.
So can you stick the initiative back up there, Jess? I can't see where
Yes.
It's constant.
Sure,
next.
it's me
Fun at the end.
next.
we're. Okay. Right. So you burst in through the temple doors, draconian in hand or over your shoulder, and what? Fling it to the floor, or
She'll just kind of like, once we're in and she knows that Constance can come up and shut the door behind, she
Which I
will
will
fling
do,
it down
yeah.
onto the ground and just pin it there and hold it.
okay, great. I will switch straight back to Jess then. Constance, you're in the plaza. Draconian's just been dragged off. You can see the spellcaster still.
So I will go to follow Magia into the temple because we have a clear route now.
Yeah.
But I might try and shoot it on my way if I can do both, because I'm that kind of gal.
Okay.
So with my but I fail. I miss because I'm really excited because I guess a 6 doesn't hit them.
Okay. Can you make it all the way? Are you dashing?
I am dashing.
Okay. So using both your action and your move, you burst in through the temple doors.
Yes.
Leaving the spellcaster out in the plaza behind you. You can see that Magia is holding a draconian to the ground on the floor of the temple. We'll drop out of combat now. What are you doing now?
I think Magia's like, shut the door, shut the door, shut the door.
I shut the door. What are you doing? What is the draconian looking like? Is it?
Yeah, how is it reacting
is
to
it
being
melting?
in here?
Like the
He
Wicked Witch
is
to the west?
struggling to try and get out from under your grip. So I think this is going to be another check against your maneuver save DC to escape.
It's 12.
And he fails. So you're still
Magia
holding.
just sits on him.
Okay. He's like, "What do you want? If you're going to kill me, just kill me."
Oh, no, because killing you would be really boring.
May the Dark Queen curse you forever.
Yeah. You see,
You know nothing of what is coming. The dragon armies will sweep across all of these lands. You will all be destroyed.
Oh, I thought we'd have to do more to make you tell us things. Okay.
No, you see, the thing is, Constance, is guys like this, they're just little foot soldiers, you know? Like, Magia's going to talk like he's not even there and she's not even sitting on him. It's like,
I will listen
and,
attentively to Magia.
They think that they know all the plan, but really, it's all the same stuff that they spew. It's just, we're going to do this terrible thing. But actually, they don't really know anything at all. And Magia's trying to basically almost like semi-neg him into being like, you don't know anything. You don't actually have any information, in the hope that he might be like, yeah, I know stuff. Like, she doesn't know how bright these creatures are, but they seem very kind of set in one mindset, which is really good for getting people to trip up.
Okay, let's have a deception check.
Can I assist with this? purely accidentally because Constance 100% believes Magia and so is playing along, but not actually playing, just genuinely being like, oh, that's so disappointing. I was hoping he could tell us like something. So she's like completely on the level, but probably helps.
Well, you can also make a deception check, and if you beat a 10, you can give Magia
I'm not
advantage.
being deceptive though, but I'm just being.
You're just being honest.
I just believe her. Like I'm just like, oh, okay.
All right, a persuasion check you can choose instead if you like. Then
I do prefer that. Thank you. That will be 17.
okay, so you give Magia advantage.
So sorry, this was deception, right?
Yes.
I'm not proficient in it, but my charisma is pretty good. And I rolled the same thing twice, so it's 9, 10, 11. That's a 12.
Okay.
Look at that up here. Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss. Yes.
Yeah. The Draconian says, Verminard will rule Abanazinia before you even know it.
What's down? The big dragon out there, right, that lives in a well. And Magia's just trying to play off like the thought of that dragon doesn't actively terrify her. She's like,
yeah.
So, and what are you gonna do once everything's conquered? What place do you have?
We will all sit at the Dark Lady's side.
I hate to break it to you. That's not gonna happen, you know.
It is going to happen.
You're just a foot soldier. You really think they're gonna raise you up?
You know nothing of our plans.
Well, then why don't you tell me? If your plans are so great
I
and
just
unstoppable.
did tell you our plans, and you said you didn't believe me.
Well, why don't you prove to me you do actually know something then, huh? Because you know what? If your plans are so great and unstoppable, it won't hurt you to tell me how the hell we get out of this place, will it? Because you're
There's
great.
no getting out of here for you. The dragon, Kisanth, will hunt you down and destroy you. There is no escape.
So there's no
you
way
cannot flee a dragon.
No. I mean, we could maybe try to kill it.
Are
they unkillable too, huh?
Yeah, you try and kill it. I'd pay for tickets to see that.
How many of you are there?
Draconians have a concept of shows and tickets.
Apparently.
Come on, how
They
big
love
is
the
this dragon
cinema.
army that you have right here in this city? How big?
Hundreds strong in this city.
Okay. And,
Hundreds of thousands strong across the world.
Indulge me in this, because I've never seen one of you before the last few days. You've been hiding away underground, or does that giant dragon then make you out of something, huh?
We were brought here by Tarkesis, the Queen of Darkness, to assist her in her noble quest to destroy all that lives on Ansalon.
I think you're misunderstanding the word noble there, but it's understandable. I often confuse words too.
So, okay, it seems like maybe you're knowledgeable, maybe I was wrong. If you wanted to get out of this place without the dragon knowing, how would you do it, huh?
There is no way to get out of this place without the dragon knowing. The dragon is all-seeing and all-knowing.
Who told you that?
The dragon.
Looks at Constance. She doesn't know if Constance will get it, but there's like the look of disbelief in Magia's eyes at this.
Yeah, I think I get it.
Huh. What else did the dragon tell you?
Many things that I will not share with you.
Uh,
We talk a lot, but it's private.
Why is this temple still standing? Isn't Mishakal the antithesis of the goddess that you worship?
Who?
And Magia will point to the statue of the Blue Lady.
The Draconian looks over and there's no sign of recognition in its eyes.
Why does this building still stand?
Just looks around.
I've seen...
It doesn't look like he's got any answer to this.
I've seen your dragon spray acid at its doors without any effect.
That is impossible.
I've seen it.
Well, I don't believe you.
You didn't see the ruin outside on the steps, but the door's fine.
There is nothing that can stand up to the might of a dragon. Nothing in this world.
Sure.
You'll see. You'll find out when she comes for you.
Okay, that's enough of you now. And Magia will, with some of the equipment she has, like tie him up and put him in a corner.
Okay.
For now. He might be useful again later. Who knows?
Okay.
But
it is gone 8:30 now, so let's take a 10-minute break, fill up drinks, do anything else we need to do, and then we'll come back and find out what Yanis and Royce are doing back down in the city of Zaksaroth.
Nonsense, no doubt.
Almost certainly. See you in 10.
Hang on, a little timer just ran up.
Hello, and welcome back to Against the Dragonlords. When we last left our heroes, they were split into two camps, one up in the temple above the city of Zaxaroth, just having managed to capture a Draconian soldier, while Royce and Yanis are far, far below, attempting to find their way back up to the surface while avoiding Draconian patrols and a dragon which is circling the city hunting for them. And we are now going to zoom in on Yanis and Royce to find out what they're doing. They are, I believe, at the bottom of the passageway which will lead them up towards the surface.
Should we move them? Oh no, they'll turn to dust in a minute, won't they? So that's fine. They'll leave no trace.
No time to worry about any of that.
Okay, let's go. Hup, 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 hup. Taking the stairs two at a time.
So you start to make your way up through the inside of the cliff, up the spiral staircase. As you remember, it's very, very thin. It's like under 3 feet across. Luckily, you neither of you are large, mighty knights or minotaurs, so you're able to sort of move up there at a fairly rapid pace. And after about 10 minutes climbing, you finally find yourself maybe slightly out of breath, but back on the streets, on the ledge that overlooks the ruined city of Saroth. You can see at the end of the street, you can see that waterfall that falls down and tumbles down to the city. You can see the shops, the bakery, the library, all the different little places that you've been recently. You're halfway up. What are you doing now?
Keep going, I guess, unless you have any ideas to expedite us, dear Royce.
Yeah. How high is the dragon, like, comparatively?
It's a good question. That was a great question there, because I was about to tell you, because it's quite dramatic. You see, you're on this ledge overlooking the city. Far above you is the temple, and above that is the surface. As you look down the street towards the waterfall, you see emerging up at the end of the street, rising up in front of you at the end of the street, a dark, scaly, winged figure. The dragon rises up and hovers at the end of the street, flapping its wings ever so slowly. And it says, "There you are. Do you not think that I cannot tell the location of every piece of treasure from my hoard? Those 2 gems you stole, I know where they are. And now I know where you are. And this will be the end of you." The dragon starts to drift slowly down the street towards you.
Is it walking or kind of flying? Gliding.
Defying the laws of physics completely. There's no way a creature of that size could gently flap down the streets towards you. But it's managing it because, hey, it's a dragon. And they do that sort of thing.
They do what they want, basically.
Yeah, who's going to tell it otherwise?
Giannis, this would be great if you had can you offer to give the gems back, or maybe the blue lady's got something ready for us?
The pendant starts to glow.
Well-timed question. What?
Dragon's drifting closer.
Tell me what to do.
I offer you the discs as well. Maybe these 2 things go together.
Holding the discs in one hand like a big thing of keys that you jangle at a child. And the amulet in the other. I'm like, do something, just anything, do something. And I prostrate, great word, the amulet forward like that, hold it aloft.
The dragon looks curious and says, "I sense the presence of the good gods." How
That's right. Yes.
disgusting.
This is the light of the blue lady, the Lady Mishakal, and it forbids you from coming any closer.
Forbids me, a dragon? We are nature incarnate. We are destined to rule the world, are the most powerful gods on this earth, and nobody forbids us from doing anything. Least of all your puny gods.
I
They are
mean,
far greater than you can ever know and hold a power more powerful.
Where is he then? Where is your god?
to be fair,
Let's
you
see
killed
if
me
she
once
saves you
already.
now.
Well, actually, her statue is just up there.
The dragon alights on a building, perches there, folds its wings down and looks down at you.
Use this large dice as a representative for the amulet. Well, I've noticed that you haven't come any closer, so...
It glows bright blue. In your voice, you hear, strike. Strike now. It's the voice, a female voice. It's the voice of Mashakal.
What? That? Strike that? The dragon? The dragon. She wants me to hit the dragon.
Hit the dragon.
Okay, all right. How far is it?
Oh, it's up on top of a building. You probably can't hit it. You're gonna have to.
Gonna have to lob something at it.
Magically boop it.
Now, just to clarify, before I do this, you want me to hit it with the amulet, does she?
Maybe.
Well, no, this is quite important because this is quite a pivotal decision.
Do you think that's what she means?
I don't know, Russ.
Can you roll to interpret? Or maybe something.
Yeah, a religion roll to interpret the will of God.
Yeah. Okay.
How about an insight check, and I'll give you a clue.
Hey, I'm good at those.
If you beat a 10, I'll give you a clue.
I'm good at those. He says before rolling. Oh, that is a very handy dandy 22.
Okay, I think you're thinking some kind of hoopak sling amulet combo here.
That's what I was thinking. And I go, okay. Oh, I don't drop it like I did in real life.
We're all dead now.
End of the campaign.
Yes.
Yep. I catch it in the sling pretty expertly.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, go back to the stars. And then I fling it at the dragon.
The blue crystal pendant soars through the air towards the dragon. Could I have an attack roll from you, please, guided by Mashakal? This will be at advantage. Oh dear.
Come on. That'll do. That is another 22.
Whoa! So the blue crystal pendant, glowing, bright blue, leaving a trail of blue behind it, light behind it, as it streaks through the air, strikes the dragon straight in the chest, and flings it backwards 30, 40 feet, smashing it into the side of the cavern. The dragon is enveloped in a blue glow, blue fire, and it screams in agony. And then as you watch this dragon pinned against the side of the cavern, which is starting to crumble around it because it hit it with such force, starts to disintegrate before your very eyes. As you watch the dragon disintegrates into a cloud of smoke and ash, with a wailing scream drifting upon the air, and then what's left just spreads out before you, and the dragon is no more.
I turn to Royce. Why didn't we do that first?
Look, that's between you and the blue lady. She didn't give you clear instructions, I assume.
She's got a very good sense of dramatic timing. This makes a very good story, but if she...
Rumbling sound. And Magia and Constance up on top can hear it as well, a rumbling sound from deep down below you. The entire city shakes. Parts of the cavern walls start to fall off and fall down to the city far below. A pillar near you crumbles and collapses.
Do you think, as everything's shaking, do you think we could make it back to the Horde? No.
No. You gotta go up.
Where are you going?
The amulet. I look back. Is there any sign of the amulet, or is it
Gone.
Burn,
The amulet
burned
is
up?
gone. But your powers remain. The clerical powers that you only gained when you came across this amulet. Now the amulet is gone. Your powers remain.
A little puff of smoke comes out of my palms. Okay, we'll talk about it later. We'll talk about. I'm kind of like pushing Royce in the back of the thigh because that's as high as I can get. Like, go, go, go.
Okay, so where are you going?
I think up is the plan.
Right. Okay, let's make some climbing checks. That's going to be strength athletics.
Oh boy.
15.
Okay, and
Let me see if I have anything for this. I couldn't use acrobatics at all.
I'll let you use acrobatics, but still strength because it is you are pulling yourself up an
No,
awful
that's
long
fine.
way.
That's fine. I can live with that. Okay. So that becomes a 17.
Okay, so you both scramble up the pipe, and it takes you ages to get up that pipe, and you're exhausted by the time you get to the back. I need a constitution check from both of you to avoid a level of fatigue.
I can't take another one.
Is that a saving throw or an ability check?
Saving throw, sorry, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Right. Oh no, I don't think I did okay there.
What have you got?
It's a mere 8.
Oh dear. And Royce?
Got a 1.
Okay, so you both take a level of fatigue. So Royce, I think you're now at 2 levels of
I
fatigue.
am at 2 fatigue.
Johannes at
What?
1.
What does 2 levels of fatigue mean?
Oh, it just means you die. That's all.
Okay.
Oh, that's 8, I believe. Or 7. Disadvantage on strength, dex, and con checks.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you're great at all those anyway. So, well, the dex one in fairness.
Okay, let's go back to Magic and Constance up in the temple. You heard the rumbling from below, and everything shook.
Magia looks up, like
Yeah.
finishing putting this tied up draconian down in a corner somewhere, and just looks at Constance. What was that?
I don't know. Maybe they're on their way out.
Her head snaps back to the draconian. What was that? And pulls like the bit of fabric that she's put in his mouth out.
The draconian looks scared too. I don't know. What did you do? The entire city shakes again, and below you hear it's like grinding and rumbling and crashes.
I think my brother might have done something, and hopefully this is a good sign. So I suppose what we'll do, looking at Constance, and Magia is still kind of on edge because she really wants to believe that this is a good thing, that this is some sign that they've done what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
But she's also horrified. Just looks at Constance. We wait here for them, and then we leave. And I suppose you can be sat here all tied up and find out what that rumbling is, huh?
Harsh.
Unless you want to tell us how, regardless of your all-seeing, all-knowing big old dragon, how we get out of here without all of your other draconian friends finding us. And maybe I'll
The
untie
only
you.
way out is across the swamp and through the mountains. You must have come that way to get here.
Maybe we did, maybe we didn't.
Well, there is no other way.
Well, how do we avoid all your little friends? Because honestly, I'm tired of
Sneak?
blowing them up. There's no routes, no areas that you don't patrol?
Really?
Because you don't patrol in here.
They told us not to come in here.
Why?
I just do what I'm told.
Nobody tells me nothing.
Magia looks back at Constance.
We were told it was forbidden.
Something about this temple that's different to the rest of the city. The dragon can't penetrate it with its attacks. They're not allowed in here. So we might be safe waiting here until Yanis and Royce get up here. Maybe there's something about, like, wildly gestures to the big statue of the blue lady at the other end of the room that holds this thing together.
So at this point, at the other end of the temple, two bedraggled figures, weary and battered, barely able to walk, they're so exhausted, appear at the top of the stairs at the end of the temple at the same end as the statue of the Blue Lady.
Constance runs to go and prop up Royce, who's looking very fatigued. Like, are you injured? Are you hurt? Both of you?
Got caught a little, mostly just really tired.
Couple of scratches, this and that.
What happened? What was that rumbling? What was that sound? What did you do?
Killed a dragon, kept my powers. Pew,
Sorry, brother.
What?
How did you kill a dragon? You're 3 foot tall.
He spells out a little blue infinity symbol with his fingers. Looks for the powers. Almost falls on his face.
Magia's face erupts into like the proudest big sister smile. She in joy claps Constance on the back and is like, "They killed a dragon. They killed the dragon."
How?
Well, propping himself up against a pillar. Oh, we did a very good job of getting out unnoticed, didn't we, Royce? We did a really good job, and then just at the last moment, the dragon popped up, and it's all a bit of a blur, really. She, pointing at the statue, said, "Strike now," or something suitably dramatic, and I
And that killed it?
Yeah.
Why didn't we do that when we first arrived?
That's exactly what I said, isn't it? I said that. Didn't I say that? He takes his hand off the pillar and falls over.
That would have saved a lot of pain.
Magia hugs the both of them and then turns back to shout down. This is at the end of the temple and goes, "So that all-powerful, unkillable dragon, my brother killed it."
Impossible!
Who are you talking to?
Oh, there's a tied-up draconian down there. Yeah, we
didn't
collapsed
ask
the
his
building
name.
on the well. Yeah, what was your name? She shouts back down the corridor.
Zarkath!
Well, apologies for your loss, Zarkath, but your dragon's dead.
I can confirm this did happen.
And that rumbling, the ground
Yeah, what was
shook.
that?
The entire city shakes again.
Yeah, the dragon hit one of the walls. It turns out the amulet packs a big punch for such a small. I mean, it's a great analogy for me.
Do we need to get out of here?
Yes, I think we do. If you hold, there was some outside. Let me go clear the way. You catch your breath.
Warn the gully dwarfs.
As you do, the statue starts to glow blue and starts to move.
Magia shouts. Having seen this happen briefly before, Magia shouts back down to the draconian. She's like, look, it's moving. You see that? She's a bit bitter about the amount of these damn things that she's had to deal with that have been poking her friends and sending fireballs her way, and this is her gloating.
I'll actually, quite seriously, I'll turn to Magia and say, bring him here. He should see this. He should see this. Everyone should see this.
Magia goes and gets him, slings him over her shoulder in a fireman's lift, brings him down and plops him on the altar. So he's got a good front row seat of this giant moving glowing statue.
So yeah, Mashakal stands there glowing blue above you all and says, "Well done, my children. Your courage and your sacrifice means that the truth of the gods can now return to the world, and only that truth can be used to fight the evil dragon armies which sweep even now across Ansalon. You must leave now, safely and healed, and with that you will certainly feel strong and energized and healthy. You all get the benefits of a long rest. All fatigue disappears. Hit points all healed up. Even spell slots recovered.
What?
Everything.
Nice.
You must leave here now and you must bring the truth of the gods to the world, and you must find a true leader of the people who will shine like a beacon, for Krynn's darkest hour is to come, and it is through your actions that hope now is ablaze.
Can Magia try, once the statue is kind of done talking and there's a pause, hopefully before it stops glowing and talking again? I mean, what's the Draconian's reaction to this right now? Is it
That's
just
right.
like speechless?
Yeah, completely, blown his mind.
Can anyone else hear?
Yes.
Yes. Is someone's mic?
I've no idea what that was.
Someone's mic was getting some high-pitched feedback.
Yeah, possibly, yeah.
So
It stopped anyway.
while the statue's still glowing, Magia has a moment where she's very pleased with her gloating because she is celebratory in her victory, as is her way. But she looks at Royce, somebody that she has met and hasn't always been the best person, but has always tried to do the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
And her brother, the same, who was compassionate and led in the clerical way and took on this strange path. And Constance, who is just a force for good, this woman that has saved her time and time again, and turns to the Draconian and go, here is your chance. You can stay here. You can worship your god, who will never raise you up to the echelons that you hope for and that they promise. Or you can accept the truth right in front of your face. You could come with us.
I will stay.
Stay and die?
The Dark Lady will look after me. Tarkesis takes care of her own.
She lets you die and turn to stone, is what she does.
Then we shall be returned to her side in the abyss.
Even in the face of the truth, you won't repent. Come with us. Do better.
I will
be
not.
Raised up to the echelons that you so dream of.
You know nothing. You do not understand the power of the dark side.
She really wants to, just in this act of goodness, that looking around at all the other people who have done act of goodness, to try and convince this Draconian to come with them, because it would be really good proof too.
I'll let you make a check. It's going to be really hard.
She wants to try
really
and point out the fact that where has your god been except for what you've been told versus this talking blue lady that's right here.
Yeah. Okay.
But she'll try. It's her act of
persuasion
good.
check. Yeah.
15, 16, 17, 18.
He's too far in the cult.
Yeah. It's like, I don't want to, I was about to bring a real world political analogy into it, but no, I won't do that. But it's like trying to convert someone who has extremely diametrically opposite views to you in a few seconds. It's not going to happen, unfortunately. Not this time, anyway.
I think she turns and says, if I let you leave.
If you let me leave, then I will find you and kill you.
Even after we've just killed a dragon.
So you say. There's another rumble far below you.
Leave him here so he can see. There's some more out the front, so we need to be prepared. Are you both feeling well?
Yeah.
There's something I have to do before we go, and I turn to the statue and I say, my lady, is she still with us? Is she still there?
She's turned back into a statue at this point.
I'm going to implore her regardless. I say, what of the gully dwarves? They've done nothing wrong. They've done everything they can to fight these minions of the enemy, and they don't deserve to die beneath our feet. You have to help them. Please.
There is a blue glow which surrounds her, and you do hear whispering on the wind the last words and says, the dwarves will be safe.
Okay, then I'm satisfied.
temple shaking. Far below, you can hear crashes and rumblings.
We need to leave, so we Constance will head towards the door and have her weapon out and nod to everyone as in let's get ready to go.
Okay. Opening the big gold doors, you see the plaza in front of you. You can see the well there, still covered by the roof that Magia collapsed on top of it. The plaza's full of rubble. On the center of the plaza, near the well, you can see the robed spellcaster Draconian, lightning crackling from his fingertips. Standing next to him, you can see the troll from below. Great big spiked club in his hands. Big, evil, hungry, leery grin across his face as he taps it on the ground. And each time he taps it on the ground shakes slightly. The Draconian says, I don't know how you did that, but the Dark Lady must be satisfied. You will not leave this place alive. That is the last thing you will ever do. And with that, the Draconian raises a hand with a ball of fire in it and prepares to fling it straight at you as you stand in the doorway. And let's roll some initiative.
16.
22.
Dexterity, yes. That'll be.
Yes.
That is a lovely 13.
Can Maggie have moved up with Constance? Maggie is trying to kind of shadow Constance because she almost feels like she owes her at this point.
Yeah, sure. You can be positioned wherever you choose to be. That's fine.
It's like Constance at the door. She just doesn't want Constance to be up there by herself.
Aww.
Okay.
And what did the enemies have as their
the
initiative?
the Draconian got a 15 and the troll got a 9.
Okay. Let me just put that on. And then we will do the combat. So I think Royce is first at 22 anyway.
Okay, Royce, what are you doing?
So
They're 50 feet away by the well.
All right. How many Draconians?
1.
Okay, just one Draconian and a troll. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm going to use. I'm going to dash in as a bonus action, thanks to some good rogue stuff. And I'm going to try to stab it.
Okay.
And this is the Draconian I'm trying to stab.
Yes.
I'm going to use my short sword for now until I am in sneak attack settings. So that is a 21 to hit.
Okay. As you stab at the Draconian, your sword passes through some kind of reddish kind of shield which attempts to deflect it away. Some kind of unholy aura of some kind. But your blow is true and strong, and you push through this shield and drive your short sword straight into the Draconian's shoulder. How much damage do you do?
Max damage 9. Beautiful.
9 points of damage. Okay, the Draconian snarls in anger. Constance is next.
I am. So I'm going to. So it's just the troll and the spellcaster.
Yeah.
Just the troll. Okay. So at the. So yeah, I know. For my bonus action, I'm going to mark foe on the troll. And I'm going to take up my bow and I will shoot at them because I guess that's what we're going to do.
Okay.
So that's a 15.
15. Your arrow.
Oh wait, I get because I marked foe. I get my expertise dice. 17.
Your arrow strikes the troll true and just slaps against its stony hide. It grins and chuckles slightly.
So that didn't do any damage.
It did no damage.
Right. Well, everyone still has expertise dice on attacks against that creature because I did that. I'm gonna take out my battle axe and step forward so I'm slightly ahead of everyone else. So I'm there as a shield between it and my friends.
Okay. Magia.
Magia, seeing the spellcaster bringing up a fireball again and knowing that Constance and now Royce are right in the main line for this. I assume that Royce is standing in front of the spellcaster, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Magia, having had her spell slots refreshed, thank you, Blue Lady, will cast Shatter. Mechanically, I'll place the spell because I have a 60-foot range, but it affects an area of 10 feet.
Okay, so you can get them both. Yeah.
So I'll place it just behind so it doesn't catch Royce as well, because that's painful. And we'll cast a second level Shatter spell on it. If the troll is technically a creature made of stone, metal, or something inorganic, it gets disadvantage on the saving throw against taking the damage. So it's a Constitution save.
Okay. And what is the save?
It is DC 13.
Okay, the troll makes the save. The draconian fails the save.
So the troll will take half damage, and it is 3d8 thunder. So that is.
Cool, that's quite a lot of damage.
6, that's 12. And I'll spend a sorcery point to reroll that last die.
Ooh.
12 plus 7 is 19 points of damage.
19
half
to
for the troll.
Okay. 10 to the troll. Okay. Is that you done?
Yeah, I will then use the ability I keep forgetting I have called Flutter to teleport to an unoccupied space I can see. So it's I can move up to 15 feet as so I will. Is there anywhere to take cover here?
Yeah. It's rubble everywhere.
She will get close enough. If she can get within, they're 50 feet away, right? So she can move 30, 45. She'll take all of that movement, including her move and the Flutter ability, to get up close enough, but behind some of the rubble that's big enough to be cover for her, because she is very tall.
Okie dokie. Right. It's then the Draconian's turn. The Draconian, too close for spellcasting. Royce is right in the Draconian's face. So the Draconian switches to melee, brandishing its trident, and swings it round with two very quick slashes. Trident slashes. Or jabs. Or whatever it is you do with a trident.
It would be
I am not an expert at trident.
Yeah.
So we have a 13 and a 17.
I'm going to roll to parry that 17. Ooh, yes. That drops it to 13.
So you
They both
expertly
miss.
parry the Draconian's attacks, and it snarls in rage. It's quite annoyed now. And it is now... Is it the troll's turn? Who is it next? No, Yanis, then the troll. Yanis first.
Yes, lovely. So I will take my full movement to get out of the range of sight of the spellcaster in case it decides to go get behind some rubble. And then I will cast... And there's still expertise dice on the attacks made against the troll, aren't there? Is that right?
Yes.
My Constance.
Yes, there is, D4,
Lovely.
sorry.
So I will make a ranged spell attack against the troll.
Okay.
And get a 18.
Is a hit.
Lovely. So I will hit it with a guiding bolt, which deals an absolutely walloping 4d6 points of damage, and gives
I'm
the
sure
next,
it will be delighted.
the next person to attack it gets advantage on their attack roll. And he goes, aim for the troll! That's 11 points of damage.
Okay. Right. It is now the troll's turn. V, was that thunder damage you did to the troll?
It was, yes.
Okay. So the troll is not happy at all. And it raises its great big spiked club, looks around for the nearest target, who is probably... I'm going to say Magia.
Yeah, Magia's not trying to hide in the rubble. She just wants to take cover from the spellcaster, so it would have seen where she went.
Yeah, so it will be Magia then. So, armor class, please, Magia.
It's 9.
Yeah, the big sort of underhand kind of baseball bat swing with this great big spiked club slams into you for 11 bludgeoning damage, and it knocks you back 10 feet and knocks you prone.
Oh my lord.
Oh, do I get to save against the prone?
Not against this one, no.
Okay.
How much damage was that, sorry?
11.
11. I'm going to half that using my class feature. I'll just tell you exactly which one it is.
Nice.
It is called...
So that'll be 5 points. I can't remember if up or down.
Yeah. So I hold up a hand and I blunt some of that big whack. So I'll take it out.
Then lets out a mighty roar, deafening roar, fearsome roar. Every enemy within 30 feet of the troll, which I believe will be Royce and Magia, will need to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Well, I may have... Oh no, that's if I fail. 7.
Oh.
7 is a fail.
Is this me failing a saving throw against a creature trying to intimidate me, or would it cause me to become frightened?
Yes.
I will spend a sorcery point. I have something called Daunting Energy,
It's
which
exactly
allows me to re-roll the check or save, and that was an awful roll. So, that's
I got
better.
a 12.
What is that? 17.
17. Okay, so you have passed. Royce, unfortunately, has not passed. That means you are now, I'm afraid, frightened, Royce.
Since it hit me with a melee attack, can I use Arcane Riposte against it as a reaction?
Yes.
In which case I will do that. I make a melee spell attack. I imagine just as the club connects with Magia, she throws a fist of her own before she goes flying back. I have to find my spell attack bonus now. So that is a 20 to hit. Dirty 20, not a natural. Yeah. I'll just cast it at first level. So it's 3d6. I'm reading the wrong
it does a decent amount of damage, that one. Yeah.
So that'll be 10, 16 points of damage, and I will make it thunder damage again.
It doesn't like the thunder damage, and every time you do thunder damage, you notice that it winces and puts a hand to its ears.
It has picked the wrong person to attack.
Yeah, it is not fond of the thunder damage at all.
I imagine that boom goes off just as that club connects with Magia and it sends her flying.
Royce is next. So Royce, you are frightened. That means you can't move closer to the troll. You have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls where you're able to see it. On your turn, you can make a wisdom saving throw to throw off the fear.
But I think, does the advantage from the guiding bolt negate that for the moment?
That would cancel it out, yeah.
Okay.
Is the Draconian still alive?
Yes, yeah.
All right, I'm going to then swing at the Draconian.
Okay.
Hopefully take it out. That's an 18 to hit.
It's a hit.
That's 6 damage.
Okay. Draconian's looking battered. It's not down yet, but you've hit it a few times. It's starting to look quite battered. Okay, is that Royce done?
Yes.
What is Constance doing?
So I noticed the troll clutching its head when the noise thing was happening. So I'm going to, as a bonus action, mark foe on the troll and use my commanding presence. Instead of attacking it with my bow, I'm going to forego doing that and say to Magia, Magia, do the thing, because I didn't know what it was she did.
The thing.
And mechanically, you can use your reaction to cast a cantrip or make a weapon attack against it. I don't know if any of those spells can be useful in that way.
Do you have any thunder damage cantrips?
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
don't know.
having a look. Oh, that is not. I don't think I do actually. All of my thunder damage spells are like first level or higher, I think.
Oh, okay. We
Still an attack or a spell, though.
you still have
still-
the ability to use your reaction to cast a cantrip or make a weapon attack.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I'm close enough to it to make a weapon attack.
Yeah. And you have an expertise die when you because of the mark foe. I use as my bonus action.
Thankfully, few of my spells require me to roll to hit. They have to save, so...
Okay. But that will be for everybody hitting the troll. So are you casting anything or just...
Sorry, is this my turn or is this part of what you've just done?
This is part of my turn, so for my action, I'm giving you, instead of me attacking, I'll let Magia do an attack.
I don't think I've got anything that I can do, really, because I've been thrown 10 feet from it, so I'm not close enough to even hit it with a weapon.
Fair enough. So instead of doing the commanding presence instead, then but I will I will yell at Royce. I'll be Royce up to Royce to back away from the draconian because it's gonna die soon. So I just remind her of that quickly, and I will shoot the troll with my bow. I guess is what I'm gonna do, which is unexciting, but it's where we are. And I miss clearly.
Did you use your advantage?
I expertise dice. I did, and I
No. You have advantage because I used Dragon Bolt on it.
I didn't because I forgot. That's much better. That's an 18. Do I hit?
You're welcome.
An 18 is a hit.
Teamwork.
Teamwork. Where's the dream work? Thank you. Okay, cool. So I will hit it with my longbow. I rolled a 1. That's so 2 piercing damage.
It's not worried by the 2 piercing damage particularly, but at least you hit it. So, is that Constance done?
Yeah, I'm done. What more do you want me to do? Yes.
Well, I mean, aggressive, all right. So, Magia.
I'm just upset because I rolled badly. Russ, don't worry.
Magia's gonna pick herself up out of the dirt, dust herself down, and look at the troll and be like, you don't like the noise, do you? And she's gonna do something really stupid, but she's going to step up toward the troll. So it's within 5 feet of her. And again, setting the point of the spell far enough that she's not caught and doesn't catch Royce or anyone else in it, is going to cast Shatter.
Okay.
On the troll. So it makes a Constitution saving throw, DC 13.
Okay. It's got a hell of a Constitution bonus. It's made.
Yeah, no, I figured it would. So it takes. That is 6.
I'll tell you, out of character, you are doing this thunder damage to it. You are stopping its regeneration. You are helping.
It takes 9 points of thunder damage.
Okay.
I will spend my last sorcery point for, if I can find it here, my manifestation, which is Hurricane. So I will spend it to create a blast around me. Large or smaller creatures within 5 feet of me need to make a strength saving throw, or they get pushed back and knocked prone.
Okay, this is a large creature, so
it does fall under there. It still has to make the saving throw, so it'll be strength save.
And it's what, a 10, which is not great.
So it gets pushed back 10 feet and knocked prone.
Nice.
And then
You know what's 10 feet behind the troll?
The well?
it's all covered in rubble, isn't it? Unless the shatter, shatter does affect.
Unless the shatter affects the rubble. Let's see. Does the
Shatter
shatter?
Is it heavy enough to fall through?
Non-magical
pretty
items
hefty
that
guy.
aren't worn or carried also take damage, so that would be the rubble.
Okay, so the
and 2 of those
roof
have gone off now.
that was covering the well has been shattered and is no longer there. And the troll staggers backwards, stumbles over the edge of the well, topples backwards, and without a sound, disappears out of sight, falling down into the darkness.
Magia will use her flutter ability because she gets that whenever she casts a spell. She wants to get up to the well near where the spellcaster is. She has 15 feet to move there plus her own movement. So she can be up on the spellcaster and maybe help Royce out a bit by giving it another target to be distracted. But she will take a moment to just look down the well and wave.
Okay, that's Magia done. The Draconian.
Nice.
The Draconian mutters a word of magic and disappears from sight with a little crackle of electricity. He appears again about 30 feet away on the other side of the well. The well's between you. I think the well, as you know, is like 20, 25 feet across. The well is between you and him. And then, putting his hand back, he flings a fireball at the entire group. Is everyone? I think Yanis is probably a bit further back. Is Constance up with the others or not?
No, I was still like in bow range of the troll, so I hadn't come fully up to it.
Okay, so it's just going to be Royce and Magia then.
Of course.
So dexterity saving throws. Deja vu.
17.
That's a save.
13.
That's
Why does Magia always die?
all right. It
Because
is
she
a
has a
save.
minus
It's always
1 to
fireball.
You
too.
see, yeah, it is a save. It is a save. So
Okay.
it would have been
Hooray!
18 damage. It is in fact 9 points of damage to each of you. Fire damage.
Okay. Magia looks a little bit crispy.
And then the Draconian spreads its wings and jumps into the well and starts to drift slowly downwards on hot currents of air, spiraling down into the collapsing city below, far below.
Does anyone get an attack of opportunity when it does that? If it passes close enough? Or is the well wide enough that it doesn't?
Sure, those of you that are close up can here, if you like.
Sure.
We've seen what happens with levitation if you take damage.
That was 16 to hit.
That's a hit.
That'll be Magia grabs like her quarterstaff.
And
off
I
the
did 9
side.
damage.
I've never used this. That'll be 23 to hit.
Okay, that's going to hit.
7 damage. She just plinks it with
I
her
can, see
little...
I can see from Jess's face, she knows what's about to happen. The two of you whack this Draconian as it starts to drift down into the well, and it explodes between you. Could you both, please?
We did too much damage.
I even warned you
Every
in
time.
character.
Saving
Every
throw.
time.
You did, in fact, warn us.
Yeah.
In character.
I feel like there's a moment here with Magia and Royce looking at each other like which one of us is going to hit it first and make it plummet.
I could completely
Except we
see on
both
Jess's
hit it.
face. Jess was just like, her head was in her hands.
Medic, no.
Is this a
That was
dex?
11.
11 and...
I am -1, so that is 13.
Okay, so Magia's made it. Royce has not. So
Oh,
it's 16
no.
points of damage to Royce, and it is 8 points of damage to Magia.
I'm down.
I'm down.
Yes!
Why do I get the feeling just Royce and Magia like locked eyes for a minute and both
time.
went for it, not thinking?
We felt
Because this is
very
absolutely-
proud. That's absolutely how it went.
Not a single thought in either of these
They
beautiful
both had the
idiots'
same
heads.
idea of let's play whack-a-mole with it
We
and
could
watch
use
it
the win.
plummet.
We thought we needed the win emotionally.
Is this winning?
Oh.
Is this winning?
It
This
was.
is
Uh,
why
I didn't
Magia-
expect it.
I hate to interrupt the merriment, but we have got death saving throws going on now. Yanis, can you do anything about this?
Yes, of course I can. I'll just throw out a couple of cure light wounds and bring them back up into positive hit points. They get 8 for Magia and 9 for Royce.
Okay. You're back up again. Looking a little worse for the wear. A little bit singed, but alive at least.
Well, you know what we're going to say. You know
Magia
what we're going
doesn't
to
even
say.
realize that she was knocked unconscious because it all happened so quickly. As far as, the explosion went off, she hit the deck,
And
Like,
then
Karen
bounce
Royce
straight
hit the
back up
deck,
again. Yeah.
And we're back up. It's like, looks at Royce and just goes, "We got him."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
there was
high
just,
fives
there
is
was just
really
like a split second of blackness. You just assumed you blinked or something.
Yeah, no, Maggie has no idea that she went unconscious. It's like, we
Yeah.
did it. We did
Yeah.
it. That was
Okay, we
Smoking
need
and
to take our
smouldering
chance to get out
stone.
of here. They may not be the only ones here.
Okay. So, fleeing the city of Zaxaroth, you head down the cobblestone streets back into the swamp. Behind you, you can hear the city collapsing. You can hear the crashing of rocks falling into the new sea beyond it, and the complete devastation behind you is growing and growing as you go. You do see other draconians as you rush through the swamp, but most of them seem to be a little more concerned about what's going on behind you than you right now, and none of them really pay you any attention as you burst through the swamp and find yourselves sort of half an hour later at the foot of the Eastwall Mountains, the wrong mountains, the Eastwall Mountains. You can see the plains of Abnazinia ahead of you. Behind you, the city of Zaxaroth is now gone. There are draconians back there doing whatever draconians do in the swamp, presumably trying to work out what's just happened to their dragon and their leader and the city where they were based. And in front of you can see the plains of Abnazinia. And on the opposite side, you can see the Valenwood trees, the forests. And you can see where Solace is, far, far, far across the plains. And you can see smoke coming up from the Valenwood trees. And as you stand there, you suddenly realize the sinking feeling that Solace is burning. And that's where we'll call it an end today, I think.
No. Why can't we catch a brain? Why can't we catch a brain? Every time
If
it's
we'd
like
have just dealt with the dragon first with the amulet and the blue lady had told us, this would have been a lot quicker.
Yeah. Well,
steps forward, one step back. We've killed the dragon. Yes, we got the discs.
I gotta say, well done. You killed a dragon. You got the discs of Mishaka. You've restored the truth of the gods to the world. You've had a good session.
Yeah, but
You've done a lot this session.
And then we almost died.
Yes.
Almost, but you did not die. That's the important thing.
Oh,
So,
what a
before we
time.
go, would you each like to say goodbye to our beloved audience and tell them where they can find you and plug anything you may or may not wish to plug? Let's go in backwards order, starting with V at the bottom.
Hi, I'm V. I've been playing Magia. You can find me over the internet at Tabletop Horde. At the moment, I am working on some layout for an upcoming supplement for adventure for Orbital Blues done by Soul Muppet Publishing. So keep an eye out for that if you want to see some of my cool layout work. And also tomorrow, I am going to be behind the scenes running the tech for a really great live stream called Life Day. If you head over to my Twitter, you'll see me tweeting about it. But if you go to the Twitch channel Chaz Redhead starting at 11 a.m. GMT time, it's a 12-hour stream all about raising money for Calm and Mind, which are mental health charities. There's going to be a bunch of guests on talking about things, some really fun stuff, some live music playing with a bunch of fantastic people. So if you want to help support that kind of thing and want to pop over to the stream tomorrow, it's running for 12 hours from 11 a.m. GMT all the way through. So come say hi.
Will do. Jack.
Okay, but apologies for my weird microphone issues, chat, and people watching. However, I have something to plug this week. I have something to plug. So you can find me at Jack_Mullings on Twitter, where I will soon be posting. And the thing is, right, it's not even an online thing, so it's not even that great of a thing to plug on a live stream. But I will be appearing in a short festival of brand new comedy plays in Birmingham. If anyone watching this is anyone in Birmingham, which I don't think they are. However,
UK.
on the not Alabama.
Yes.
Please don't turn up in Alabama if anyone's watching from the pond. On the 22nd of February, I will be performing in a festival of comedy short plays sponsored by Sky, the broadcasting company, who are trying to commit new writing and stuff like that. That will be at the Birmingham, UK, not Alabama, Repertory Theatre. So if you're in the area, which I probably doubt you are, please come along and watch because the scripts are very, very funny. So there we go. Look, I had something to plug. I have a life. There we go.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Dare, pronouns she, they, Faye. I am a trans femme writer, editor, tabletop performer who just does a million things. In terms of any major plugs, I don't think I have any big ones, except if you can, please check out Transplanar RPG. This is an all trans people of color led D&D actual play. And it's really good, and I highly recommend it, especially we're in the final 2 episodes. You can catch up. Just don't eat or sleep or do anything for the next like 5 days. You'll catch up nothing to worry about. But we've reached the episodes where everyone really cries a lot, so I highly recommend it.
Amazing.
And finally, this is Jessica.
It's me. I'm Jess. I've been playing Constance. I am the business manager at EM Publishing, and we don't have a Kickstarter live currently, but we are right in the middle of doing fulfillment for the Dungeon Delver's Guide, which is taking up my time. So if you have pledged for that, we will be sending you shipping emails and stuff and things soon. If you've changed address for some reason and you haven't responded to any of the many messages I've sent you, you should tell me now because I'm about to post it to you. So that's it really. And so you can get in touch with me at EM Publishing RPG on general social media channels.
Brilliant. And I am Russ, aka Morris, or Morris, aka Russ, and you can find me on EN World. You can't find me at Morris on Twitter anymore, like that thing says, because I ain't got a Twitter account at this particular moment.
Oh, okay.
I deactivated it last week because I hate it. So
Okay.
You can find me on EN World. I'll probably be back at some point. I haven't deleted it. And until next week, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for listening. Hope you enjoyed it. And next week, we will continue with episode 7 of Against the Dragonlords. Bye-bye, everybody.